Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to today's office hour session. Hope you all are doing well. I know you all are doing great. Okay. Um, okay, so we'll be starting now. Okay, so because I have quite a lot of things to do, a lot on my plate, especially when it comes to grading tasks. Okay. Um, so this will be our last office hour session. So it's going to be more of a parting words office hour session. Okay. Uh, Before we enter into the project phase. This for most of you, this is not the last time you would I'll be with you. Okay. But for most of other for others, okay, this will be the last time I will be having a session like this with you. Every other thing would be via Slack, okay, or another means, okay. Um, so I want us to go through the questions we have for now, okay. We have some questions, and we will just go through them shortly, okay. There are some questions that we need that is requiring that I go into coding, and I really don't want to do any coding today. So I took the liberty of getting some easy to understand resources, okay, alongside what you have to be able to help you understand some certain concepts that you may be having issues with, and then give you nuggets basically on how to, you know, bust into this career path you've chosen, basically make it to hammer. Okay. First and foremost, I would like to just clear that there's no need for any front end in the week 7 task. Please, no need for front end. Just perform code operations. Okay, just perform operations without front end. Write your code without front ends. Okay, if you want to make it an API, fine. Okay, just I really don't want to see front end. Okay, I will just what I'll be doing is going through your codes, okay, to make sure you got everything right, and then if you did everything well, you get full score. If you didn't, you well, you get the score that's okay. It's commensurate with your code. Okay. Um, some people are having issues with the sequence in which the video was, where the resources was put forth. Okay, so I want to go through that with those. I want to see those. Okay, this is the task. I like to see the resources. So please, week 7. Okay, week 7. This office are okay. So this is us. Okay, this is us. Okay. Um, we'll just go through what the resources that are there. Okay, Mongo's documentation, MongoDB documentation. Okay, you have both documentations here, and that's quite cool. Okay, one of the ways in which you can be able to uh, learn a particular concept is to actually go through resources, the documentation for that concept, or for that framework, or for that programming language. Just go through the documentation. Okay, one of the discouragement people have while going through documentation is that there's just so much, a lot of information in the resources, a lot of information that you really do not need at that time. Okay, but one of the things that also make you a great developer is the ability for you to be able to sieve out what you need from the whole junk or the whole package. Okay, to sieve out the junk from what you really need. And that instinct or that ability to do such, okay, to sieve out what you need from the whole documentation is, okay, you develop it by doing. Okay, you can't just say, okay, you want to learn the skills first. No, you develop it by doing. So the more you look at documentation, when you have an issue, the first thing you want to do is look at documentation. You may not get anything from documentation, but just go through the documentation, find anything that can help you. If you don't see anything, close the documentation, go to other resources. You do it again, you do it again, and before you know, a time will come, you will do it and you find what you're looking for in the documentation, okay? And then you start building yourself, okay? And then you'll be able to do well, okay, with using documentation. Okay, so one of the things we have here is documentation, which is really nice. I just feel that with documentation, it's like half of the work is already done. So you have using MongoDB Express 1, 2, 3, okay, connect Node.js to MongoDB, okay. This optional introduction to database MongoDB. Okay, if you can go through all these, I think it's if you can go through all these resources, I think you'll be able to perform well in the task. Okay. I think you should be able to perform well in the task. Okay. Note this in contrast to building an application in week 5. Okay, so in week 5, where week 4, I think week 4, week 5, we had the part 1, part 2, and then week 6, we had to go into Bookstore. I think it's Bookstore API. That was this extra project where we were supposed to do. We had Bookstore API and all that. Okay, and then we now came back to continue what we kind of paused in week 5. Okay, we have to continue that. So that's where you have this, but like this is just for your personal consumption, so you get it, not really like part of the resources, just for help to help you grow. Okay, and I think that's what more of the things I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be sharing resources that will help you grow. Okay, so someone asked, I need to log in to YouTube through my system so that I can be able to easily share the resources I need to share. Okay. Okay. Well, if you are having issues, the truth is, okay, I wish I could be of help to you at this point. Okay. Right now, all my focus right now is on grading tasks. As you can see, as most of you already know, some of you, your week 3, week 4, week 5, some of you, your tasks have not been graded, and it's something that I'm working on. And some of you have been receiving your graded task. I'm basically working on all the task. Okay, so I may not really be able to help you with your issues. Okay, but I know that there's the issues you are having with your MongoDB task. Okay, but if anything you need to do is it to delete the database and start again. If that's what you need to do, please go ahead and do it. Okay, your idea is anything you need to do to be able to complete the task, go ahead and do it. If you need if you need help, okay, you can just paste the issues you are facing on Slack. I believe there are 1 or 2 people that will be there to help you also. Okay, and any spare time I have, I'll also hop into Slack, okay, to help out. But I don't want a situation where I'm giving promises. Okay. Um. Okay. I'll be sharing some resources right now that I believe would be of help to you guys. Okay, no matter the level you are, with your software development journey, in your software development journey, no matter the level you are, I'll be sharing some resources right now in the live stream that will be of help. Okay, to you. I would also try to share them on Slack also, but let me see. I think I'm missing one or two things before we go into sharing of resources. Okay. Please, I'm using this. Okay, if the mentor is using a REST client extension, you have to know what. Okay, it has basically it ought to work. Okay, it ought to work for you if you follow every process. It ought to work for you. Okay, so I don't know how why you are having that issue that it doesn't work, and when you say it doesn't work at all, what error are you having? What is it saying? Those are things that will guide me into knowing how to help you. Okay. Okay, so on that one, on that person, so for the graded task, grading of tasks, you should know that every task will be graded. Um, Last, some resources that will help you for your for to understand MongoDB better. Okay, I'll share some resources. So remember that resource, you guys, you 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 guys remember that resource for that we use for JavaScript. Okay, I believe that resource was so simple to understand, and you could easily flow with that resource. So I decided to go check for the the um Node.js, let's say version, Node.js version of that resource. Okay, and I stumbled on something really nice. Okay, and basically, okay, so it's basically JavaScript. Okay, it started with JavaScript. So I'll be sharing the first resource now. With that from my because that resource was from Microsoft. Okay, this is also from Microsoft. Very important for us to note that it's from Microsoft. Um, okay, so that's the first one. Uh, I'll also be sharing other resources that will just help you grow and be solid in whatever you like in GS generally. Okay, I have another one here, guidelines and just something that okay, so you can get started with Node.js and stuff like that. Also from Microsoft. Also from Microsoft. Um, okay, in as much as I'm sharing these resources and you have access to these resources, one of the things that you also have to know is that you have to one of the other things you have to note is that you have to work on projects. Okay, projects get you jobs. Okay, I know from my experience. Okay, from my experience, my little experience in software development, it's projects that get you jobs, not per se knowledge. But your projects definitely they are a function of your knowledge. The projects you do, they're a function of your knowledge, but knowledge alone that or you follow the tutorials, or you follow the boot camp, okay, that alone will not get you jobs, especially those kind of high-end jobs you want. Okay. So recently I applied for the MLH program, that is Major League Hacking, their fellowship program. And I decided to apply. Okay, I've been applying. Okay. And for your information, I didn't get it again. Okay, I didn't get it again. But basically, one of the things they pointed out was, okay, for me personally, I've been doing projects. I did projects for boot camps. I've been doing boot camp projects and other projects, like stuff like that. One of the things that was pointed out, okay, as the feedback for me was, um, I do not have personal projects, like a project I conceived from within, okay, from me. It came from me. The project should have come from me, and I wrote my codes. I have completed lessons. I've done nano degree programs, okay, different nano degrees in Udacity, okay, and for you to be able to complete every nano degree, you should have done like 4 or 5 projects. But there are already starter codes for those projects. What you just do is add to those codes, and then no, they want you to. They wanted me to be able to build something from the ground up, okay, ground up from start to finish, only me building stuff. Okay, that was one of the feedback they gave to me. So it's very important that in the resources I'm sharing, as much as you're going through the resources, have a project in mind, okay, that you want to do. Have a project in mind you want to do, and start implementing everything you learn from these resources to build that project. Okay, it will help you in the long run. And this is Major League Hacking. And if Major League Hacking has this kind of standard, that means you can be able. It's safe to say that Microsoft, Google, the big tech companies that we want to work for, that we want to work in, okay, they would require all these things also. Along, uh, definitely, you have to know data structures and algorithms, okay. But that's not part of what we are covering for this program. Maybe next year they will offer that, okay, data structures and algorithms, very important if you want to work in big organizations. Like you have Spotify there, you have Udacity, you have Facebook, you know them. Okay, if you want to work at those companies, okay, have your own projects that you've built from ground up. Okay, have projects, not just one. When you finish one, go to the next. When you finish the other, go to the next until you get that dream job. Okay, and then data structures and algorithms, very important. And that was not covered in this training, but something that you need to know. Okay, I also stumbled on another. I think this is also from Microsoft. Microsoft really has cool, um, what I say, cool projects or cool resources for you to learn. Okay, for you to learn. Okay. Um, I think that we tell you basically how to create new Node.js project. Okay, I think I should just share this with you. Mm, so I can just look at it. Okay, so this is what the resource I just shared just now. This is how it looks. Are you guys seeing the resources I'm sharing on the chat box? If you guys are not seeing it, please let me know, because I don't think I'm seeing it myself here on my phone. It's not refreshing. So I'll please just I'll need your feedback on this. Are you guys seeing the resources in the chat box that I'm sharing? Ah, okay. Um, okay. Ah, okay, you guys are not seeing the resources. Wow. Ah, okay, okay. Let me just refresh and share them again. Maybe because okay. So let's try again. Let's try again. Still no. I don't think this on YouTube. No, it's actually on YouTube. I'm sending them. Okay, I'm sending these resources on YouTube. I'm not sending them anywhere else. Okay, let's try again. I will load, refresh, and try again. I'll refresh and try again. Okay. So okay, is that the first resource? I think this is it. This is it. Yeah. Can you see any of the one I just sent just now? Please, if you can see it, just let me know. If you can see the link I just sent now, let me know. Can you see the link? Yeah, I would continue hoping that you would answer. I'll continue with what we have here. Okay, so you basically build JavaScript application with Node.js. You have so it's basically to take you 3 hours, 12 minutes to finish. Okay. You have introduction to Node.js. We've done that before, but you can just go through it again. I have another perspective. Okay, because definitely it's not everything you need to know that was covered. How would I put it? Learning from different people from different sources has its perks and it has its disadvantage. Okay, disadvantage is that different people have different ways of doing certain things. Okay, but you can say if Microsoft is telling you this is a way to do it, okay, it's better you just go through with Microsoft's way of doing it. Okay, our videos in our and most of our videos, our resources are based on these standards also. Okay, they're based on these standards. But in case there's something we missed while doing the videos, they that we didn't explain it granularly, so your understanding these resources can help you to just fill in those spaces. Okay, that's the reason for this resources. It's not as if we didn't do a good job. I went through almost all the resources that we have, and they are all fantastic. Okay, and really they're really helpful and fantastic. Okay, this is just to help you further. If there are any spaces in your knowledge, it fills in those spaces and then you continue. Okay, so you have introduction to Node.js, you have to create a new Node.js and work a Node.js project and work with dependencies. Okay, and you can get to know the overview of configure the package of JSON. We've covered this, install packages. We covered all this. Even in our office hour, we covered this. Okay, interactivity, inter interactivity or interactively debug Node.js out with the built-in and Visual Studio Code debuggers. Okay, we didn't cover this. Okay, you see the gap in knowledge I'm talking about. We didn't cover this. Okay, so this will really be helpful for you. What's a debugger and how to debug with Visual Studio Code. The next one is work with files and directories in Node.js applications. We covered a bit of this. The file system, we covered these files and directories, read and write to files. We covered this. Okay. Do the web API with Node.js and Express. We basically covered this. Okay. What you just need to do is just, like I said, fill in the gaps in your knowledge. The introduction to route management in Node.js with JavaScript. I think this is the last year. Okay, you do this, you're done with this resource. Okay, 3 hours. You can just dedicate a day or 2 days or 3 days, and you're done with this resource. Okay. Let me get back to see if you saw my. Okay, I'm not getting. Okay, I'll just paste this new one. Okay, so I would guess, okay, that since I am not getting any feedback from you, and I'm not seeing anything, any feedback from you, that means we did not see my resource, the resource I sent in, okay, on YouTube. Okay, now yeah, you didn't see the resources I sent just now. I don't know why. I don't know why you're not seeing them. Okay, but what I would do now is to how what is left for me to do is just to make it available on Slack. Okay, I'll make the resources available on Slack and all of them. Yeah, I think I have 3 already. Okay, that I've talked about. This is the last one that I just went through with you. Okay, the last one I just went through with you. Um, there's another one, the YouTube video on MongoDB. Okay, Mongo's GS. It's a crash course. Okay, you'll be able to understand code and fundamentals of MongoDB. Okay, for those that still having issues with MongoDB. I have another one that is how to use Mongo units to test Node.js application. Okay, Node.js MongoDB applications. You have Mongo units. Okay, this is a little bit advanced, but yes, we are all welcome to try. Okay, I would move. Okay, so this is what it's by TopTal. Okay, TopTal is one of the freelance, well, I call them freelancers, but it's one of these companies that hire developers to lease them. They hire developers and they lease these developers to other companies. So it's the same thing with what Andela does. So so I'll just take for instance TopTal. I'm a developer and I go through the TopTal interview. I applied for a job in TopTal, okay. And then I went through the application process and the interview process, and I was finally selected. Mind you, the interview process is quite rigorous. Um, and yes, you will need to know data structures and algorithms for you to be able to be eligible to work in TopTal. Okay, so take for instance, I get in now, okay, into TopTal. I'm not basically going to be working for TopTal. TopTal will merge me with another company, basically. Yeah, this is not. I just want you to know how most of these companies works. You have remote.io. I think remote.io, Andela, TopTal, uh, Crossover. Okay, and other companies like that. That's how they work. Okay, so TopTal will lease me basically to another company. The company, I'll work with the development team in the company. I'll be part of the development team. I'll work on the project and all that. Okay, and then TopTal pays me, not the company. Basically, the company pays TopTal. TopTal pays me. So that kind of thing. Okay. Um, So this is 7 minutes read, integration and end-to-end test made easy with Node.js and MongoDB. So you just go through it, read, okay, and know what's up, okay, the okay, and know what it entails. You have to install Mongo units and how to use it, how to use it is here and everything. Okay, with that, you already have testing. Okay, with this resource, you can be able to do testing when it comes to Node.js and MongoDB applications. Okay, you can be able to test your um, application, your codes. Okay, the next one I would be sharing also. Okay, next one I'll be sharing, which I actually fancy. I fancy this app. This is using Node.js, okay, and MongoDB. So for that person, for anyone that's having issue with MongoDB, understanding MongoDB, I would really advise that you go through these resources. Quite easy. Okay, you go next, and no plenty story, no plenty story. Okay, it just tells you what you need to do, what you need to know. No plenty story. You go next until you can see everything that's been highlighted here. Okay, so you can just go through all this. Okay, and you get the knowledge you need. Do I have any other resource? Do I have any other resource? I think that should be the last of it. Okay. Oh, Node School. Okay. Node School. It's Node School. It's I would say it's for advanced people. Okay. Node School. It's for advanced people. You have tutorials, you have events. It's like a community for Node gangs, for Node freaks, for Node.js developers. It's a community for us. Okay, you have tutorials, you have events, you have chapters, different chapters. You can have Nigeria chapter, you can have the one in Africa, depending. Okay, then you have about to know more about what Node School is. Okay, you build stuff and then you host stuff. Okay. And then, but basically, this is the tutorials and then events. Okay. In tutorials, we have a core workshops. Okay. So you can host your own workshop. We can see all the events they have. You have lights up of past events and all. Okay. But basically, these are their workshops. Okay. And if you can notice something from this, what we are looking at, you can see things like NPM. Why are we going to? I thought this is going to be like a tutorial or something. So why are we doing npm install G JavaScripting, that kind of, you're installing it globally. This -G is like you're installing globally. So it's like, okay, that one of the things that will come to your mind. Okay, what is this? Okay, that I said, okay, it may be for advanced users. So one of the things you will learn is learn how to use, and then for you to be able to create your own npm modules. So what they did was they encapsulated their tutorial or the workshop, okay, inside the npm module. They use an npm module to build a container, okay, for their different workshops. Okay. So for you to be able to access the workshop, you will install it as though you're installing a normal npm node package. Okay. You are installing a node package like we installed NodeMon, okay, that will install Express. So that's how you install this, that their workshop, okay, and then you'll be able to access it through your Visual Studio Code. You will be able to access their workshops through your Visual Studio Code. Like everything will be there, what you need. If there's any link to play videos, you go outside, you play videos, and but virtually it helps you not to you really do not need to leave your Visual Studio Code while going through that workshop. Okay, everything you need is on Visual Studio Code, so you can put Visual Studio Code on full screen and you're good to go. Okay, so that's one of the things that, and it's very helpful that you learn how to fix npm models. Okay, but for beginners, you can just go with what and learn the other things. Advanced users, like really advanced users, 3 years experience, 4 years experience. Okay, this is really helpful that you have under your belt. Okay, how to markdown. Markdown is basically what we use for our GitHub README. Okay, markdown is what we use for our GitHub README. It's essential that you know how to make use of it. Okay. Uh, so do I have any other resource? I think that should be the last of the resources. Um, so with that, if you can go through these resources, they would help you really. They would help you really. Let me see. Note School, W3 School, TopTal, YouTube, Learn, Microsoft Learn. Okay, Node.js guidelines. Okay, okay, okay. So I'm going to send them to Slack right now. Okay, I don't want a situation where I'm saying I'll do that later, I'll do that later. I would send them to Slack right now, starting from backend of GS. Okay. From the Okay. With that, I believe all questions have been answered, and I believe we are good to go for today. We are good to go for today. So I want to really congratulate everyone that has learned, that has started with us, and we're in week 7 now, about to enter into the project phase. I want to congratulate you. You've done well. You have been phenomenal. Okay. One last thing I want you to always know is let no day go by without you coding. Again, except for those that really just okay, Sundays you can skip Sundays, but you should make sure that you are investing at least 30 hours every week in building, in learning TS. Okay, it will really be helpful to you. It's the grit that matters. Okay, as soonest you will reap the rewards. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for making this experience wonderful. I hope to have a better experience with those people that will be in my group for project phase. I think those people I would interact with those people more. It's not going to be this kind of distance anymore. It's going to be more interactive. Yeah, during the project phase, you will interact more with your mentors. Okay, during the project phase. So thank you guys. For those who have not completed their task, please do well, complete your task. Some people are submitting empty repos. Some people are submitting empty repos. Fill up your repos before I get to that week. I'm grading with speed. Fill up your repos before I get to that week. If I go to get to your repo, get the task that you submitted an empty repo, and I see an empty repo, definitely you know that's 0.5. Okay, 0.5. If it's over 10, 0.5 over 10. If it's over 5, 0.5 over 5. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. So do have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.